What's going on, guys? The dangers of AI energy consumption with Nate
and Ben. Now, you might be asking yourself, why should I listen to this video? Why is this important? Well, we've heard the same line repeated again and again. AI is the future. AI is going to take our jobs. AI is going to fundamentally change the way we live our lives in the next 15 years. But we don't often talk about the consequences that the growth of AI will cause. Well, that's where we confront another line that is repeated again and again. The biggest issue that humanity faces and will continue to face is climate change. Because the growth of AI uses huge amounts of energy and has the potential to squander our efforts to solve climate change. That's why you should be listening to this video.
And if you don't believe our claim, here's some statistics to back it up. This first one is about the growth of AI and how it currently outweighs that of energy production, which obviously won't be sustainable for the future. The second statistic reads, training AI can produce about 626,000 pounds of carbon dioxide, or the equivalent of around 300 round-trip flights between New York and San Francisco, nearly 5 times the lifetime emissions of the average car. This statistic demonstrates just how much so artificial intelligence has the ability to damage the environment in the future and why this topic matters.
In this video, first we're going to look at the costs associated with training AI. Then we're going to look at the costs associated with using AI. Then we're going to project the costs that will further come due to AI's projected growth. And finally, we'll look at solutions to rectify all of this dangerous energy costs associated with AI's growth. So training AI is basically the process of teaching a computer to recognize patterns of the data so it can make predictions on that decision, and that basically requires a lot of energy. So training ChatGPT-4 required a huge amount of electricity, equal to the annual energy consumption of around 25 US homes. The energy consumed during training will only continue to grow as data sets and dreams of AI capabilities continue to grow.
Now let's talk about AI usage. So essentially, AI usage energy consumption refers to the energy used to complete consumer requests. This occurs after the model has moved outside of training and opened to the general public. So each simple request, whether a basic query or generating an entire image, takes up different amounts of energy. Generally, AI usage is expected to grow by 36% through 2030.
Another major cost associated with the usage of AI is the amount of water that it requires in order to cool processors and generate electricity. For example, ChatGPT-4 is based in West Des Moines, Iowa, and a local lawsuit revealed that in the months before OpenAI finished its training, the cluster used about 6% of the district's water. Additionally, according to Google and Microsoft, as they prepared their AI models, both had major spikes in water use, 20% for Google and 34% for Microsoft. One projection showed that the demand for water for AI could be half of the water usage of the United Kingdom by 2027. I mean, it's repeated again and again. AI is going to change the game in healthcare. Finance won't be the same. You won't even be able to get a job in computer science because AI is going to take over. But here's the thing that people really haven't considered. We haven't considered the consequences for all of this growth, because all this growth is going to require massive amounts of energy.
Projections show that because of AI growth and growth in related industries, that the energy industry will be dominated by AI energy consumption in the near future. And here are some statistics to back that. Generating a single AI image is estimated to need as much energy as fully charging a smartphone. On average, roughly 1/4000th of a smartphone charge is required for a query. And Helion estimates that it will produce enough energy to power 40,000 average US households by 2029. Meanwhile, ChatGPT, the AI chatbot by OpenAI, already consumes the energy equivalent of 33,000 homes. Lastly, natural gas is expected to supply 60% of power demand growth from AI and data centers, while renewables will provide the remaining 40%, according to Goldman Sachs report published in April.
Well, to me, all this sounds pretty scary and makes me want to do something to rectify it. On a macro level, we've got our local senator from Massachusetts, Edward Markey, and Mark Heinrich from New Mexico proposing the Artificial Intelligence Environmental Impacts Act of 2024 in February, which has been introduced into the Senate. It requires a study on the environmental impacts on AI. It convenes an AI Environmental Impacts Consortium. It creates a voluntary reporting system and requires them to direct report the AI companies to Congress about their AI consumption. Basically, it increases oversight on AI.
Okay, so what can you do at home to help improve this issue? Well, I won't ask you to stop using ChatGPT to do your homework, but I will ask you to be more cognizant of your AI personal use, whether you're making a bunch of requests that aren't needed that could be done on Google, or you're using apps that use AI heavily in the background, creating energy usage that you aren't aware of. Additionally, I'd ask you to vote for politicians who are cognizant of these issues and are well in touch with our times, and to continue to educate yourself and those around you. Thanks for watching our video.
Hope you learned something. And
Don't forget to like and subscribe!